Hey everyone, thank you so much for being here. My name is Denise. I'm also known as heywigsister on Instagram and Facebook. Today I'm here to bring you a wig review. I'm actually partnering with Estetica on this one. This is Petite SEDONA in the color Chrome RT1B. I am in love with this wig. I will tell you that from the very beginning. So this is going to be a rave review. I've already worn her a few times, so I can say that with confidence. If you'd like to know more about Petite SEDONA, one of Estetica's very few petite cap wigs, then stick around. Okay, you guys, I have to thank Estetica and Grace at Estetica specifically for sending me this wig to review. I asked them if they'd allow me to review this for them. I really wanted to see what their petite caps felt like and how they compared to their regular sized caps. And I didn't want to purchase one because I didn't know if it would fit me. And reselling wigs is not easy. And so I really had hoped I wouldn't have to spend the money doing that. And Grace responded right away, enthusiastically, said she would send me the piece and asked me to pick out the color. And so I decided to kind of kill two birds with one stone, and I picked out a color I've never reviewed before, which is this beautiful Chrome RT1B, which I will talk about in this review as well. But please thank Estetica for me, either in the comments or if you're on social media and you follow them, maybe send them a DM on Instagram, just for allowing me to show this to you guys. I think it's so valuable for us to have all of these different reviews out there, and it's so fantastic when retailers and manufacturers work with reviewers because it just gives us so much more to bring you guys. So thank you, thank you, thank you, Estetica, from the bottom of my heart. I'm also thrilled because I love it, but let's take a look at this one from all sides. Isn't she gorgeous? She's so gorgeous and long. Wow, I actually wasn't aware, I'm standing way back right now, how long this one is, but she's actually pretty long. So this one is one of their petite caps. As far as I can remember, I only think they've got maybe 3 or 4 styles in the petite cap because they, they're pretty new as well. I think within the last year or so they came out with these. And I'm sure they're trying to assess the market, but Estetica wigs in general run pretty big. I have always said that they're big head friendly for 2 reasons. One, the caps do run a little bigger than average. In general, there will be variations here and there, but overall, most of the Estetica wigs I've tried have fit me quite large. And they have so much stretch. Even these petite caps, they're probably the stretchiest cap out there. I can't say that definitively, but from my experience and just from, kind of assessing this, they're definitely in the top of stretchy caps. They're so stretchy that this petite wig fits me beautifully, and it probably is just a little bit too small for my circumference, but it's so stretchy, I don't notice it. It's not uncomfortable. It's not super tight. So I would like for you to go down to the description, scroll through all the stuff I have in there. I've got a whole bunch of stuff before my measurements, and get to the measurement section of the description. It's in all of my videos, and look at my measurements and compare them to yours. This wig fits me like it was made for me. It is the most comfortable. Truly, it's so comfortable, and the only complaint I have about it is I don't get perfect coverage with it. And I'll show that to you right away. I get decent coverage, for sure. I've gotten a lot worse coverage in wigs, but every now and then it sort of shifts around. These ear tabs run a lot higher than I would prefer. There's the ear tab, there's my top of my ear. I like ear tabs to be just slightly lower, kind of in front of my ear and a little bit below the top of my lobe. That gives me the best side coverage so that my bio hair is hidden. Now, that said, I have gotten worse coverage in many other kinds of wigs in different sizes, so it's really not bad coverage at all. It fits me, like I've got no bulk up here, no extra cap. It just hugs my head, and with that tremendous stretch that Estetica wigs have, it just sort of moves with me. I love it. I would say, you know, I really love a lot of Estetica wigs. I have quite a few that I love. I find them to be very comfortable, but they're big on me. They do shift around a little bit on my head. I have to adhere them with its stays always because that keeps them more secure. But I often feel like they're riding up in the back here, not because they're tight, just because they're so big. And I've learned over time that's not a big deal because nobody else can see it. It's just what I can feel, and I've gotten used to it. But after having worn this one, I'm sold. I love it. And I did actually message Grace and I said, please, please, please make Finn in a petite cap. And she said, well, I think that might be on the list. So I don't know what future wigs they have planned to come out in the smaller cap size, but it is so tremendous. Let's talk about the style. So it is I think it's kind of a dupe for Mackenzie. I actually haven't done the comparison, but I do plan to sort of compare them side by side and see if I'm right about that. If I am, then I'll come back to you with a comparison and a sister style video. But it's got a similar sort of length, layer profile. This is heavily layered, long layers, and it does have a bit of a wave pattern. Very, very loose waves, no defined curls. I have combed through this one multiple times, and so this is not fresh out of the box. I actually can't remember if I did an out of the box for this one. I'm thinking I didn't because I was so excited about it, but I will tell you that I've not really done much to it. I kind of shook it out, I combed it out, and that's all I did. I do remember it was wearable out of the box. It didn't have bad box hair. It was just great. And I would say that's very common for long, straighter styles and ones that don't have a ton of permatease. And this does not have very much permatease. There is a little bit of crimpy fiber at where the hair fiber meets the cap. No poofy, pillowy permatease at all. Nowhere. It is just a great, great density and amount of hair so that I don't feel kind of bedraggled by it since it is so long. I think it's got the perfect amount of volume and lift for the amount of hair that it has. It has moderate density, so it's not a light density wig, but it's also not a heavy density. Mackenzie has a lot more hair than this one, for sure. So either they lighten the density because it's more of a petite cap, figuring someone with a smaller head size probably doesn't want to get overwhelmed by a lot of hair, or it's just, you know, the different style. But I feel right down to cap. When I do this, I don't feel like there's so much hair. With Mackenzie, I mean, I feel like it's hair for days. So check out my Mackenzie video if you haven't seen that yet. I love my Mackenzie. I have worn that one a ton, which is why I think it's kind of a sister style. This is a perfect wig if you want to do updos. If you want to practice messy updos, wear messy updos. I show that in a couple of videos now, and I have a Tip Tuesday on that. This is going to be a great wig for that. Why? Well, number one, it's got the length, so you can really play around with a variety of updo styles, you know, half ups, half down, you know, getting it back and getting it into a messy kind of twist. I will link my Tip Tuesday where I show how to do that. I'm not going to go through all the styling with this one in this video. I'll link my Tip Tuesday and anything else I think will be helpful to you for updos. But also because it's got these layers. So we've got no full fringe, but we do have these shorter layers. Can you see that? Like chin length, which is so great for updos because when you're wearing a wig that's not made for updos, with a, you know, full lace all the way around, which is rare, then you want to keep some hair down when you do an updo. And look at how that is perfect. It's just perfect. Honestly, this wig is practically perfect in every way. I love it. It has a lace front. So let's take a look at that lace front. There's the lace. So you can see that lace front. You can see the mono part. It's so natural looking. For a wig that's just a standard part line, no double monofilament. I put no makeup on this part. I've done nothing to it. It's really realistic looking. Especially considering the roots on this one. So this color, it has a 1B root. That is a black root. A 1B is a soft black. A 1 is just a natural regular black. But look at how they took these highlights and they brought them up to the front so you don't have heavy dark knotting. Brilliant. I mean, this is a brilliantly constructed and colored wig all the way around. Loving it. All right, let's talk about color. Chrome RT1B. This is a gray. It's a bright, vibrant gray, a platinum gray with a very dark root. This is absolutely a fashion color. There's no question about that. You can see that. It is gorgeous. I wore this out to dinner with my family one day. That's how much I love this wig. This is a color outside my comfort zone without question. But there's something about the style and the color, I don't care. I'm going to wear it. I'm going to rock it and embrace it. It is definitely a gray though. It's not white. It's not really platinum. It's definitely a gray. So let me take it off and show it to you as I kind of describe it. So you've definitely got like a salt and pepper thing going on with this color. And a lot of, like, there's platinum, there's white, there's the pepper color. It's sort of a medium brown is that peppery color in there. They don't take this black, and it doesn't appear that they run the black through as sort of the pepper shades. It is a kind of not a caramel, it's not warm, but it's just sort of a medium brown running through that. The root is a black root, but it works so well with this color because it's like a gray. That's why I think this root doesn't look stark or ridiculous. It looks purposeful because of the color of this wig. And the color is consistent all the way to the ends. The rooting is all throughout, but it's not a super long root at all. Every now and then I get a little bit of a thicker amount of that brown, but not heavy. It's a beautiful color. It is a beautiful color. But if you don't think you'll be comfortable in a gray, this is for sure gray. There's no question. Now, I'm probably going to get asked, is it a shiny color? Because I get asked that a lot. I don't find this to be overly shiny. I could see how somebody might, though, who is very sensitive to shine. It's a super bright color, for sure. So depending on the lighting that you're in, it might seem a little bit shiny, but it is not wig shiny to me. I did nothing. I will not do anything to it. I'm not going to spray it with anything to tamp down because I just don't think the shine is fake shine. I think it's just like bright color. It's just honestly freshly colored, healthy hair, just kind of shine. It's awesome. Just a phenomenal wig. I'm really loving this wig a lot. I do think that if you are a 22-inch circumference is probably the limit. So it's hard for me to say this because the cap is so ultra stretchy. But I would say anything a lot bigger than a 22-inch circumference, you're starting to run into, you know, really pulling on that stretch. But I mean, I think just a tiny bit bigger than 22 inches could probably work. Look at my measurements though for the over the cap. I mean, there is just a tiny bit of room to grow. So if you're just a little bit bigger than me in some of your measurements, you might still be able to wear this one. You might get more coverage issues on the side, but it's not, for me, it isn't more of a, it's not a comfort thing, it's more of a coverage thing. So if you think you're gonna wanna put this in updos a lot and be pulling these sides back a lot, that's where there might be concern. But if you wear your wigs down like this, you think you're always gonna wanna wear your wigs down, I really wouldn't worry that much because there's so much stretch. This is absolutely tuckable, because the density is awesome. The permatease is not really there, so you're not going to have any issues with tucking, and that helps a lot with sort of taming down this front section. You can tuck some of it in the back and then tuck it some. Let me just kind of see. And it looks completely different, and you're not overwhelmed with hair in the front. It's just phenomenal. I love this wig. I told you I was gonna rave, and I am raving. So let's get outside and see this color outside, and then that way you'll have all the details. If you have any questions though, let me know. I'm happy to answer your questions, and thank you again to Estetica. This one was good. It's fun. I love this petite cap. I'll talk to you guys soon. Let's get outside. All right, let's look at Chrome RT1B outside. This is bright sunlight, super sunny day. It's really bright out here. Make sure you can see it. And then you've got that rooting. They did an amazing job on this cap. I love how much of the part you can see. It's got such an incredibly natural look. The lace front is awesome. I really love this. I'm half tempted to try to get another one in another color, because this is not really an everyday color for me. But this is a wig I would want to wear all the time, especially in updos. Okay. Beautiful color. Very unique. Okay, hope that helped.